Una dey very welcome to my YouTube channel. Na me dey talk gist wey people no gree talk. Na me be that unnoticed anonymous girl wey dey always dey the corners. Na my belle all the gist dey, and I dey always watch una. Make you dey very careful o. E fit be your gist wey I go talk next. Una dey welcome to GistWeySheNorTalk. Sometimes things that we never expect happens, and this is what the story is about. Continue this video to know what happened to Shalewa. So Shalewa was the only daughter of Pastor Elijah, and we all grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to the same primary school and even secondary school. I doubt you remember my face, Shao, but there is no problem. After graduating from university, she came back to her small town to help her father in running church, and she also opened a tailoring shop for men. According to her, she had learned how to sew in university. I was there when she opened her shop, and it was a grand affair. You see, Shalewa had always been a role model to young girls in our community because she worshipped God in spirit and in truth. She always had kind words to say to you, and she was so nice. Her name was on everyone's lips, and her father could not be more proud. As a result of her charming personality, everyone she came across had something nice to say about her. She was chaste. Shalewa's business was blooming, and soon she had to move to a bigger shop. I was there when she started getting more and more referrals from the big city, and soon she began to have much more customers. One time, when someone asked her why she learned how to make only men's attire, she said that making women's clothes was too stressful and that women paid little. I was also there when Oga Rufus started frequenting her shop a little too much. So Oga Rufus entered into our small town and introduced himself as a politician. And on most weekends, he would drive down from the big city and just sit with Shalewa in her shop. It happened so frequently that Shalewa's mom became concerned about the constant presence of Rufus in her shop. And when her mom asked her about it, Shalewa said, "No, we are just friends though. And he has a good fashion sense. He just likes coming around." I was seated with them there in their living room when Shalewa's mom reminded her of the vow she made to God at her 18th birthday. So Shalewa had made a vow to God to keep her virginity until marriage. Actually, her father said that God had revealed to him that her virginity was a consecration to God, and she should keep her bed undefiled. Shalewa laughed and told her mom that she had not forgotten and that no man could make her lose her virginity. A few weeks passed, and Shalewa and Rufus had become tight friends. He rented the house, and when asked why, he said they were almost at the time of elections, so he wanted to lay low for a few months. In hindsight, we could have seen that this excuse was so poor. But he even started frequenting the church and joined the ushering department. Most of the doubts her parents had subsided, and soon everyone seemed to warm up to him. But not me. I still found him a little suspicious. My doubts were confirmed when they started making secret movements and secret gestures at each other. She would sometimes close her shop so early and go to his house, and nobody even noticed because they were very good at it. One day, Shalewa came back home walking slowly as if in pains. She was bent at the waist and her hands were shaking. When her mom asked, she said she had made a lot of clothes that day and she was so tired. Her mom didn't want to believe it, but she let it go and she didn't ask about it again. But from that day, Shalewa became slightly withdrawn. There were no more smiles for the children anymore. There were no more counseling sessions for the girls in our small town. We all noticed, and one day Shalewa's mom begged and pleaded with her to say what the problem was. But on countless occasions, Shalewa vehemently refused to say what the problem was. She said she was okay, she was fine, and that she was just stressed. And she became even more withdrawn. After all efforts failed, all her parents could do was pray for her. A few weeks after Oga Rufus moved to our town, Shalewa woke up one morning, told her mom she was going out, and did not return again. The next day, the whole town was thrown into a frenzy because both Shalewa and Oga Rufus were nowhere to be found. Her parents gave it a few days before they reported to the police. It was disturbing. Nothing like this had ever happened in our town before. Everyone searched and searched for Shalewa, but she was nowhere to be found. We even looked for Rufus. Do you know what? It turned out that the address he gave us in the city was fake, and nobody around there knew anyone by the name of Rufus. Never before had such a thing happened in our town. Our church was even closed down for a few days, and when it was finally reopened, things were not like they used to be. Shalewa's mom was admitted in the hospital. I was there in their living room a few weeks later when they got a call from a policeman saying that they should rush to the mortuary and identify a corpse. We could not believe our eyes when we got to the mortuary to see Shalewa's corpse looking battered and broken. The police said they had found her body dumped in the gutter about 20 miles away from our town. Her parents were inconsolable. The whole town went into mourning. The very next day, Oga Rufus was caught. After much torturing and after much beating, after much effort on the part of the police, he confessed that he had come into our town solely to get someone for ritual purposes. The thing was, he had flaunted a rule in his brotherhood, and his Baba had given him 2 months to get someone. Unfortunately, that someone happened to be Shalewa. He said it was easy because she was so naive. He had lured her to his bed with the promise of marriage, and after sleeping with her countless times, he offered her to his Baba. The whole town was in shock. Her parents fainted at the spot, and they had to be rushed to the hospital. Oga Rufus was later tried and convicted of murder. But all this could not bring Shalewa back. For months and months later, the question on our lips was, why would Shalewa be the person to fall victim to such? For many years to come, Shalewa's story was told in hushed tones. The mothers of our small town even made this story a lesson and a warning to their young girls. Pastor Elijah and his wife packed up and left the town, and we never heard of them again. Shalewa's story is just one of the many more atrocities that happens in Nigeria on a daily basis. And people no go get mind talk am. But for GistWeySheNorTalk, she go talk am. But not before my mouth to hear am o. Abeg, if this story sweet you for belle, make you subscribe and make you like this video. Thank you.